You know, I've just had my Rockburn coffee, a fresh cup, which means, you know how I get. It sparks something in me, and I'm like, let me speak some truths. They don't have to be hard, they're obvious truths. A lot of us work, and the fact that we are documented working for some reason pisses some of you off, and you need to ask yourself, what's wrong with you? I was just telling my friends, I can only, if I was told top 10 MCs, moderators, facilitators in Nairobi, I can tell you myself, Julie, anytime I can't do a job and somebody asks me for somebody, I will always give Terry Ann Chebet's number, Janet Bogwa, and my new talent is Anita Nderu. She's a worker. When it comes to guys, Jalango, hands down. Oh, Jalango, he's tiring to watch, all right? I've had the pleasure of being introduced and watching Ofweneke work. He is brilliant. Mina is very corporate, very thorough. He would do a great job with someone like Jalango. Eric Latif is also somebody I always recommend because he's low-key, he's not a prima donna, he's not about himself, he's all about the work. And basically that's it for me. However, what tends to happen is the minute you catch those people I've mentioned doing work, you notice some people going, oh, Akuna Trengine in Nairobi, it's only them. Yes, it is. Because we go to the job as a job. Anybody who knows me knows I tend to disappear. Somebody asked me, why do you disappear so fast after a gig? And I always tell them I was contracted, not invited. I don't fraternize with my client. I was never raised to be that person. So I'm not going to be sitting around partaking of my client's food and drinks. I've gotten my check. It's time for me to go home. Unless the client specifically asks me to remain behind for a reason, I go. The minute I say thank you and good night, thank you, have a great day, thank you, look after yourselves, I'm out of there. But what bothers me is that there's a search for fame and nothing else. You have the documentation of what you have on social media has no bearing whatsoever on your capacity as a person to do any work. And the rest of you get caught up in nonsense. People who are constantly photographing their cars or their friends' cars and their meals and the fact that we don't do that, and the next time you see a picture of us is like, oh my God, what's she doing with the president? Let me tell you something, by the way, about emceeing for the president. Other than Julie, nobody asked, did you get home okay? Nobody. That was Friday night. I haven't heard from anybody Saturday, Sunday, Monday, nobody. Nobody asked, hey, did you get home okay? Did you eat? Nothing. You had a job to do, you did it, you went home. Nobody has reached out and said, oh, you're being trolled on social media, so sorry. No, I'm a big girl. I know what comes with a job and I get on with it. The question is, while you're busy documenting nothing, why don't you spend more time documenting yourself at work? There's a generation that that needs to see people working. And it doesn't matter what event I do, chances are you will see me in pictures where I'm at work. Working. Not the car, not the holiday, not the nonsense. It's the making of the money. I don't have a tall relative. I don't steal money. I don't have tenders. I don't have access to IFMIS. I work. So deal with the fact that you're going to see a lot of me because I don't know how else to get a meal. I have to work. And the people I mentioned who are constantly in your face and sometimes you're acting all bent out of shape because we're all up in your face is because we tend to document ourselves working. My favorite guy for documenting himself working is DJ Joe Mfalme. I don't know who your photographer is, but boss, I need to sit down and talk to you. You inspire me because he's all about the work. If Joe is not at a gig, don't see pictures. Document yourself working. on the hustle.